Well, hello and welcome to our Sunday service here at Sutton Village Church. If you notice that there's a slight spring in my step today, it's because the schools reopen tomorrow, and I'm delighted that my little boy will finally be getting back to the kind of first-rate education that he deserves. No, it's got nothing to do with the fact that I no longer have to strain every sinew to provide the hodgepodge plea bargaining type learning that I've been trying to inflict on him for the last 3 months. It's got nothing to do with that. For any of you who've gone through a similar experience recently, you have my utmost sympathy. The daily logging onto the computer to find a list of work to do. Maybe you've had interactive classes and trying to balance that with doing all the stuff that you have to do for yourself. It's been a real test of stamina and patience, isn't it? For me, one of the hardest things has been that no matter what he's been given, on almost a daily basis, we've had some variation of, I can't do that, it's too hard. And when you attempt to do it, seeing him get more and more worked up, and ultimately then almost giving up, you're sat there as a parent, aren't you, thinking, you know how to do that, you've done it before, it's simple, it's really easy. And yet somehow the child has got so worked up into such a tiz that they just can't see through it. And in all fairness, as adults, can we find ourselves a bit like that sometimes? We go down similar paths, don't we? Where our mind puts up similar kind of mental blocks about our abilities to cope with all kinds of different things. And I was hazard a guess that the events of the last 12 months have only kind of compounded some of those feelings. Thankfully, we have a loving God who so often for me over the years has turned an I can't situation into an I can situation. So what can we find out about God through the Bible that makes our lives more fulfilling? Well, over the next few weeks we're going to hopefully learn together through a series of sermons which fall under the title Winning the War in Your Mind. And as I always say with these messages, while their contents may not be relevant to you right now, God wants you to hear them. Only He knows what's on the horizon for you and your family and your friends. So something you hear today or maybe next week may benefit you this afternoon or next year or in 10 years' time. So we're going to get stuck into that very soon. But first this morning, let's sing.